When the moon is full and trees are bare, walk through the cemetery if you dare, where skeletons rot and corpses fester. Locate the tomb with the skull of a jester. Feed him the token all shiny and new. It is then that CarnEvil will return for you.
Spooky Sam, welcoming you along on Spooky Sam's Ghost Tour. On your left, you'll see the tomb of Ludwig von Token Taker, where the legendary Valley all got started. You all know the legendary Valley. Welcome to CarnEvil!
What's up, guys? Chris with Killer Arcade Games here. Today is Monday. Mondays are not my favorite. I'm sure they're probably not your favorite. Unless you're one of those lucky people who somehow gets Monday off all the time. You really are winning at life if you figured that out. But anyway, it's Monday and I like to do Gameplay Mondays, which is where I just play a game. I talk about whatever comes to mind, almost like a podcast. The goal is to distract you from your crappy Monday. Maybe you're at work, maybe you're at school, maybe you're just getting home from work, you're getting home from school, or you just had a rough day and you want to sit down, zone out, not pay attention to, or not think about what happened, I guess, throughout the day. This is it. Grab yourself a cool beverage. I don't care if it's a soda, water, I don't care if it's beer, whatever you want to do, and just let's watch me play some CarnEvil, and hopefully it'll brighten up your Monday. To get a few things out of the way first, a lot of questions will come in because inevitably new people will find this video. I know a lot of you guys know my channel already, you know about these cabinets, but let me tell you what I'm playing on here. This is, or was, an arcade 1-up cabinet that I literally cut the top off of. All I'm using that was the arcade 1-up cabinet is the cabinet itself. Everything else is gone. There is a 32-inch TV on top. Gives me kind of a 25-inch arcade feeling play field, which is about the size of the CRTs that used to be in those cabinets. There is a white border around the screen because I am using Sinden light guns. These guns have a camera in the tip. They see the white border and know where you're pointing. There is a PC inside running MAME. Don't bother trying to run CarnEvil on a Raspberry Pi. It's not going to happen. I'll leave links in the description to how to get MAME running, how to get, all this stuff going. I'll even leave a link to the computer I bought down below. So if you want to buy the same computer, you'll kind of see roughly how it runs. Full disclosure, there are a few audio stutters that still happen, but otherwise this thing runs pretty smoothly. This is one of my favorite arcade builds I've done, or arcade 1-up mods. I think, this was my last one, actually. Probably will stay my last arcade 1-up mod, I believe. But yeah, I'm really proud of it. It came out really well. I put the marquee below the screen, and it still kind of works. It could have been a little bit better, but I'm just happy I was able to get it done. Also, this Gameplay Monday is inspired by the great Carlos Piscina, Mortal Kombat actor, by the way, in case you aren't sure who he is. I'll leave a link to his Instagram. He commented on my live stream announcement from Saturday night, and he's like, "Oh, CarnEvil, it's a great game made by Jack Hager and all these people." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So he knew about it, and it got me excited, thinking I want to go play some CarnEvil. I thought it'd be perfect to make it the Gameplay Monday. So let's dive right in. This is actually my second recording of this, by the way. I accidentally hit the exit button. About halfway through the game, I hit the exit button instead of the start button, and I figured now I have to start all over. So we're doing it again. That's what happens, though. A little behind the scenes for you. I'm going to play them in order and hope I don't screw it up this time. Let's go with the haunted house first.
Welcome to the haunted house. Meet a ghoul who lost her head. If you'd like to stay and join us, you're always welcome, alive or dead.
I've always liked those intro screens for each level. I'm assuming they are a loading screen, but I could be wrong. My assumption is it's loading this level from the hard drive, because this arcade did have a hard drive. And it actually had quite a bit of data on that hard drive compared to most older arcade games. It had, I don't know how much it had, but essentially the levels in the background I think are like videos almost. Let's see. Yeah, so I think what it is the background is a video and all the characters that pop up to shoot are in front of the video, but pretty cool. I thought it was a smart way to make a game. And it works out because the game only moves so much. And the reason I believe it is video files is the few times the game does stutter is when it's transitioning between shots. So I think it's loading off the emulated hard drive and all that. I can't remember if I said it earlier, but I love these send-in guns because they have a cock to reload at the bottom where you just pull back like a shotgun, and the original arcade game had little shotguns, little sawed-off shotguns. Let's go machine gun mode here. Manual machine gun. Dead. All right, so yeah, I fire a few off and pull it back to reload. It's really fun. Got a shotgun now, boy. I love how this shotgun actually blows them away like that, like a real shotgun. No one lives. This guy's walking around in just legs, but that's cool. I don't want to waste my shotguns. I'm going to take the bite. There we go, I got rabies, and I'm not shooting her either. All right, get out of here. Kill you too, and you. What was funny about the last playthrough not working out, because I hit the wrong button, is I was just explaining, or just got done explaining why I like having this as a main cabinet rather than having it as a dedicated CarnEvil. Even though the dedicated CarnEvil looks awesome, I would much rather just have multiple games because these get a little repetitive. They're almost like playing a beat 'em up on, you know, think of like Ninja Turtles game or X-Men game. Can I make it through here without getting hit? I can't believe I did. They're almost like playing those, you know, they're kind of on rails. It's gonna be the same thing every time. You're mashing buttons. In this case, I'm just shooting guys repeatedly. Not to say that all that is not fun, it's just, it does get a little bit old after a while. And you kind of know what's coming. There's not a lot of variation of the gameplay. So with this cabinet, I can have Area 51, Point Blank, Maximum Force. I have tons of games on here, and I don't have to get stuck into playing just one game. Now, if you're just a super fan of this, then of course, buying the real one makes sense. But for me, it does not make a lot of sense, so building my own to play multiples was pretty cool. That said, I'm not saying I'll never buy a dedicated light gun arcade cabinet, a real one. I am looking at maybe picking up a Target Terror eventually, just because I never really got to play it in arcades and I can't emulate that one, the arcade version. So it'd be cool to buy it. I'll probably keep it for a year or so, maybe less, and just sell it off and replace it with something new. That's one of the big perks to having the Shedcade, which is where I am right now. Again, if you're not familiar with the channel, I built a building in my backyard. I'll leave a link to the in the description to that video. There is a building we put up in the backyard, and it's got air conditioning and arcade games in it, and it took us 4 months to finish this thing, but it's finally done, and now I just get to come out here and enjoy it. I get to come out here and play, record videos, have a dedicated space to record. It's been really awesome. All right, Evil Marie. Let's try this again, Ms. Marie. I'm not hitting that start button again. I'm afraid I'm gonna hit the wrong button. I'm actually trying to get Lady Cag to help me with that. She's gonna be doing some vinyl printed or vinyl cut button assignments to put on the deck. Because currently, anyone who comes over here to play it is trying to figure out what is start, what is select, what's up and down on the game selection screen, and okay, here we go, let's hit the right button. All right. And it's a little bit confusing. Even last time, when the ladies invaded the Shed Cave, they were actually getting all the way to the end of Area 51. They got to the end and one of them hit the exit button instead of start, and it was all over. So I gotta figure out a better plan. I think I'm gonna move the exit buttons farther away from the start button. Whew. All right, let's do Where was I? Okay, next will be Rickety Town. So we'll just go with that. I am going to hit it and shut up so we can hear the story.
What goes up must come down. Now you're headed for Rickety Town. Ride all the rides, have some fun, then eat your heart out on a sesame seed bun.
So this level's interesting to me. I realized it, I don't know why it took me so long to remember or realize it, but why is it themed like Christmas? It's so weird, right? I guess because I'm on a rickety sleigh ride to hell? I don't know. Ugh. It's getting to be allergy season and my nose is already tickling all the time. So, I'm excited. This week's gonna be, I'm conflicted about this week coming up. I've got some cool stuff happening or fun stuff happening, and then I've got some sad stuff, so I'm like, God, Monday is gonna suck. As you're watching this, my Monday, I don't wanna say suck because, you know, it's gonna be frustrating. I've got a lot of work to do Monday, I'm gonna be out late, and I'm a little annoyed by that, but you know, what are you gonna do? It's work, right? I'm pretty spoiled. Most days I get home early, and I don't even have to leave that early, so I shouldn't complain, but I do have a lot of work Monday. The reason for that is, though, on Tuesday, I think I only have one appointment, which is great. I can knock that out quickly, but I have to drop my truck off to get some oil work done and general maintenance and all that. And then Tuesday night, I will be going to see Slipknot in Austin, which I'm excited about. You know, I've been going to see them since like, I think the first time I saw them live was actually April of 2000. So I was in high school back then. Perfect for me, you know, perfect for a young me. It was like, oh, they're cool, I love them. Never thought I'd be going to still be going to see them at this age, but they're actually, you know, I think they get better with age live. I mean, they're not as crazy as they used to be, but they're also older men now, and it's probably pretty hard to do all that stuff. But still, it's always a fun show, so I'm gonna go see them. And then I get home late, so I took the morning off Wednesday. Lady Cag is leaving Wednesday to go to Dallas for her own concert that she's going to. And hopefully her friend does not bail out on her, but she's going with a friend up there. She's gonna stay the night, so I'm gonna be home alone Wednesday night. It's gonna be party time here, guys. Not really, it's gonna be me in here alone, playing arcade games myself. So that'll be fun. Hey. But, you know, it's kind of cool to be home alone every now and then, like I'm Macaulay Culkin. All right, I feel weird about killing these little kids, or whatever these things are. Oh. They're throwing food at me is what's weird. But then to the sad part of the week, Thursday is my aunt's funeral. She died, I don't know, she was probably barely, I guess she made it to 70. I don't know these things, but she unfortunately got dementia a couple years back, or they figured it out a couple years back that she was getting it. And I mean, she declined pretty quickly. It got to the point where early on in it, where she was losing her vision because it was affecting that part of her brain. It was just eating it away basically. And it got to the point where she just had to be put into a 24-hour care facility. Oh, I didn't even know there was one of those in there. I hit it by accident. These guys are so hard to hit. This part of the game is like a quarter sucker right here. It's very difficult to stop these guys from getting you. I think I've already lost another life. What the heck? This is going on too long too. That hurt. If that was money, that was another 50 cents as a kid, I would have been pretty mad. So she unfortunately had that happen, and you know, it gets to the point where she didn't know who she was anymore, and they had told her, or told us a couple weeks ago, that she was no longer able to swallow her food. Every time she tried, you know, they would try to feed her, and she was totally blind by that point, didn't know anything, and every time they'd try to feed her, like, she would just choke. I mean, her brain was no longer telling her body to swallow the food and get it down, so she would just drink something, eat something, and she would just, you know, choke on it every time. They have to give her the Heimlich. So they kind of were like, we can't feed her anymore, which was, that's a terrible thing to say. It's like, we can no longer feed your loved one for her own good. Instead, we have to let her starve to death and die. And it's awful. And she wanted to go to one of those states to do legal suicide, I guess. early on she told my mom when she got diagnosed, but by the time she's that bad off, she can't make that decision on her own anymore, and at least not legally. And yeah, so unfortunately, or I guess fortunately, she only lasted about a day and a half with no food or water. And, you know, they gave her morphine, thankfully. And I honestly believe the morphine probably killed her, which I'm okay with. Our whole family is. I don't want her sitting there starving to death. That's an awful way to go, even if she doesn't really know what's going on. You know, she's got to be in pain. So I think they gave her a little extra probably, and knowing what they're doing, and yeah. But we're all on board with that. We're sad she's gone, of course, but my mom, my grandma, the other sisters, my aunts and all that are all relieved at this point. It was a no way to live. So when she died, you know, anyway, I'll shut up so you can hear this.
You'll see the strange and bizarre. Step right up, we'd love to see you. We think you could be the star.
I'm gonna kill that guy on the next level. All right, freak show time. But yeah, when she died, we were all sad, of course, but not like devastated. When you know it's coming for over a year or so, and I think she went out better than expected. So hopefully it wasn't that bad for her, and she's all right now. So, but unfortunately, the funeral is oh crap, on Thursday. Yeah. That means, again, I'm not working Thursday. We're a family business, so not much work is being done at all Thursday. Even my cousin's one of the other technicians who works for us, so that's his aunt also. So we're all going to the funeral. Good thing it's not middle of summer when we're like crazy busy, but I hate funerals. I really wish I didn't have to go, but no one's making me go, of course. It's just I feel awful if I didn't show up, so I will be there, of course. I don't do well with public emotions. I'm the true Texan, you know, true Texas male. I'm king of the hill over here, Hank Hill, and you know, like on King of the Hill when someone's crying, I think it was Enrique starts crying in his truck, or no, John Redcorn starts crying in Hank's truck or something. Hank jumps out and runs away. It's just so funny to me. Yeah, so I'm not a big comfort you kind of guy. I'm like, I just got to get away from you. I don't know why. Just don't even know what to say in situations like that, too. It's like, nothing I can say is going to help, you know? So, anyway. But that should be my week. I don't know if I can't remember. I think I'll probably end up getting screwed on Friday and have a ton of work, but whatever. You know, you get a decent week, you can't complain. Last Friday, or the Friday that just passed, I guess, we were at the beach anyway. I took the day off. Drove down to the beach for the day. I told this story in the live stream, but it was fun. We usually would do that several times a summer. We would just drive down for the day and drive down the beach on the National Seashore, Padre Island, and that's always really cool because it's one of the only, I think, places in the whole country where you can drive down a beach for 20, 30 miles. I think it's even more than that, actually. As long as you have a good four-wheel drive capable vehicle and don't worry about getting stuck with no cell service out there for potentially a day or so until someone can find you and help you, you could go a really long way, and it's cool, but it has that like danger factor to it. So even though my truck's four-wheel drive, we usually only went like 20, 25 miles down it, and it was really fun actually. It's like you have your own private beach at that point because you're kind of the only people in a stretch of beach for a very long time. So you go out there on a weekday especially, you can really be some of the only ones out there. And you could have the whole thing to yourself. I mean, you can get naked probably if you wanted and no one's gonna see you. I'm not doing that, obviously. I don't need to risk anybody's eyeballs, but you know, like when we were leaving the beach, we did just hold up a towel and against the truck, and I just changed right there on the beach, and so did Lady Cag, so that's cool that you can do that stuff here. And as far as I know, it's like one of the only beaches in the country where you can drive that far on it. I know a lot of beaches will let you drive up on it and park, but you can just have a free run of the whole thing at that point. Now it is a national park, so they don't want you breaking the law or anything, but like you can't drive in the sand dunes because of erosion and all that, but still it's fun. Oh, come on. I wasted that. These things are so hard to hit. All right, I have to give a warning. I forget that everybody freaks out a little bit about this part. or a few people do. This boss that's coming up is a giant baby that I am going to shoot in the face repeatedly until he dies. So, if you're bothered by those things, you might want to skip forward. Personally, it is a little weird, and it's the only, or not the only one, but it is one of the things in the arcade menu where you can turn him off, and he turns into a giant teddy bear instead. I guess they realize this is a little rough. You are putting, 100 bullets into a baby, a mongoloid baby with like Rocky Dennis's face, but still, and he throws up on you at some point. It's still fun though, and Mr. Bill's right there. All right, oh, I missed it. Yep, I'm getting yacked on. Let's ride your choo-choo train. So I think I killed him too quickly. His life bar is gone, but you have to wait till he gets to his position and then shoot him again to make sure he's dead. Let's see, he has no life bar at all. Let's see if he just dies. Nope, he's not dead. Let's finish him. And there you have it. So we are about, I guess, I don't know, probably about 16 minutes in or so to gameplay. And we're already to the last level. Look at that. Oh, my laptop went to sleep. Gotta make sure it stays awake. All right, here we go. We only have the creepy clown guy left.
You've made it to our main attraction, the three-ring circus in the big top tent. We hope our clowns will entertain you before making you the main event.
All right, I'm about to die. I gotta be extremely careful with that start button. Okay, there we go. Not taking a chance. This level is just weird. There's so many different characters and poodles or demented poodle things that come out. I think little people. Oh, I almost killed her. Oh yeah, and the mimes with the stretched out neck. Ah, trying to save these automatic bullets, but I'm wasting them on him. He wasn't even a threat. I've never thought about it, but I don't know if there's any secrets in this game, like no hidden levels or anything. I know in Area 51 there's a lot of little secret places. I don't know if I've ever found one on here. I should have looked that up before I started playing. I don't think there are, though. I have a feeling there's not with how many times I've played this. Quit running around, Luann. Get out of here. It's a King of the Hill episode, apparently. Why won't this guy die? Okay. There's the dogs. Sorry, pups. You all look so fancily dressed. Oh, give me that machine gun. Hey, they don't sound as bad as Saberwolf when you hit them, so that's good. Let me go through the fire, why not? Ludwig von Tokentaker. That sounded like Saberwolf. Oh. Ah, still missed it. Ooh, that made me kind of dizzy just staring at it. All right, carefully. Trapeze act. So if you guys ever played the arcade, you'll know it had the shotgun reload. I like it. I kind of almost like the off-screen reload better in games, but for accuracy to feel like you're playing the real arcade, this is cool. But I like being able to do the machine gun move, which is hard to do when you're constantly having to pump the reload. The machine gun is where I just do that repeatedly to hit the trigger quicker. Give my arms a rest. I was wondering if the horn would make noise. It's a clown car. Here we go. Ludwig von Tokentaker. Okay. Half of his face came off, it looked like.
Welcome aboard. From this study, I have observed your every move, but you do not obey. Prepare to die.
Here he is, the boss. Break out the machine gun on him. All right, umlaut. There he is. Finally, you get to fight him. Wow, that was easy. He fell into Nintendo 64 pieces. Oh, Spinal's getting me now. All right. All right, he just went off the screen. I think one of the coolest parts of this game is the way you put your initials in. You get to draw it in blood using the gun. I'm sure I'll get to do it after this. Oh, he threw his own head at me. Come on, machine gun, don't fail me. Where'd he go? Oh, I'm dead, falling off. I think this is it. Ah, one more. Fatality. Oh, I gotta keep the gun. Finally, she gets out. Don't be stupid. No! And let's do it all over again. It would have been cool to see a CarnEvil too. Alright, hopefully I get to put my initials in. We'll go with a CAG. Hopefully. Oh wow, okay. Still waiting. 57% accuracy. The machine gun is not as good as it sounds, I guess. There we go. CAG. The longer you let it sit, the more blood drips. All I'm doing is pulling the trigger, by the way. And there we go. Let's put an exclamation point just for fun. CAG! And the credits, I believe. Yeah, these credits are really cool too because they just have... I don't know, I like the font changes, the way it looks like it's a scroll rolling all the way, based on a concept by Jack Hager, as mentioned by Carlos Pesina. Well, thank you guys for watching this. I'm not going to stick around because these credits roll for quite a while. I hope this brightened your Monday in some way or made it at least easier to get through. Maybe you're watching this on Tuesday. Either way, I hope it had the same effect. If you guys are new to the channel, please consider subscribing for more arcade content. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Let me know how your Monday went in the comments down below. Check the description if you want to see more information on the Shedcade, on this cabinet, or if you want to know what computer I'm using to run this. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one.